Hello, I'm Rich Dean with West Coast Collector Cars in Oregon, and today I have a 1965 AC Cobra replica to show you. Now, I'm doing the video inside here today because the weather's a little questionable, it's kind of windy, but I wanted to get this video for you so that you'd be able to see it as soon as possible. And in the headline of the text ad, I indicate that it's a little bit of a mild project, and I'm going to show you why I say that, but really, it's a pretty neat little car. So let me just start out by showing you the paint. The paint is Velocity Red, and it is base coat clear coat. Paint's very nice on it. I see no cracking in the body. It's a fiberglass composite body. The car is a kit from Shell Valley Classic Wheels, and they're out of Nebraska, and they're still around. I mean, they still make kits, and they have parts for sale and so forth. But the white stripes, they're a vinyl white stripe. Nice little hood scoop. The wheels, they're 15-inch American racing wheels, and you'll see there that we've got front disc brakes. All the brakes are new on the car. It's not power, so you got to step on them a little bit, but they do work good, and they're new. And the body is really nice. This would be for a 65, as I say. The side pipes, these look pretty close to the original style that the Cobras would have had. And these are not hooked up. It actually has dual exhaust that comes out and drops at about the rear axle. The good news about that is when you go to step out of this thing, you're not going to burn your leg. But if you wanted to hook them up at some point, just go to the exhaust shop and they'll hook it up from the manifolds over here. But it sounds good and looks good, and you can't really tell they're not working. Show you a little bit of the interior here. Now this interior, kind of almost looks original, really. The seats kind of look, this pleated vinyl and the door panels that match. It's got seat belts, and this. Although this looks like a standard transmission, this is actually an automatic. Now, the engine in this is a 260. It's got a little 4-barrel and an aluminum manifold on it. And the transmission is a 2-speed automatic. And the engine and transmission were actually taken from a 62 Fairlane. And I don't really know a lot about the engine in terms of, how many miles are on it or anything. What I can tell you, though, is it does start well, it runs well, and it doesn't smoke. So it's a good running little car. And you'd be surprised, this little 260 moves this little Cobra body around pretty good. I was surprised. Got the old pop open gas cap here, so that's kind of cool. Show you the trunk while we're here. Nothing splashy back here. It's all carpeted and so forth. Obviously you're going to get your battery here. And it's all nice and painted up under here. This is the front license plate, by the way. That's why that's in there. Nice little bumperettes and the tail lights. It's got turn signals. They work. One of the things about the car that does not work, it's got a total of 7 gauges in here, and about half of them work. So the ones that do work are the speedometer, the fuel gauge, and the oil pressure gauge. So those are the important ones. The ones that don't work, the tach, the amp gauge, and there is a temperature gauge. That's important too, but that one does not work. Little e-brake there. Let me show you under the hood. You got these bullet mirror here like originals would have had. Pretty neat little car, actually. Again, 260, little 4-barrel, good running 260. Brand new radiator, electric cooling fan. This would be just a fun little car. And to fix the things that it needs, like the gauges and so forth, for example, that might be something someone could do as they go. All the nice weather stripping, it's all pliable and nice on it. Cobra badge up there on the nose of the hood. You know, hood locks down nicely. So what I'll do now is I'll jump in the car, I'll start it, you'll get to hear it run. Runs great, and yeah, we're okay here. It's not raining, so what I'll do is I'll drive it around the parking lot a little bit so you can, you know, kind of see it move under its own power. It does not have power steering, but you know, with these little cars, I mean, it drives like power steering. It doesn't have any weight in the front, so it drives nice. Oh, Mustang 2 front suspension, that's kind of nice. So you got an independent front suspension there. The differential is a Ford 9-inch, so can't beat that. So yeah, you got some nice attributes for this little car. And there's a few little things, like I told you, about the gauges and whatnot, you know, that don't work. And that's why I'm calling it a mild project. You know, I don't want anybody to think that, you know, I'm trying to, you know, hide the fact that some things don't work. So that's why I indicated that. Always starts nice, runs great. Really easy to drive too. You know, some of these are a little cumbersome and so forth, but it drives nice. It's not all over the road. Nice and true. Brakes work great. So I'll just take it around the parking lot a little bit, like I do, and I'll show you. Horn works, obviously. Yeah, you know, I don't know if you noticed or not, but it wasn't any, you know, stress or struggle to steer this thing. It steers like power steering. Really fun to drive. Windshield's nice. It's plexi. Got these plexi little wing winds here. Does not have a top, so I don't know how important that is to you, but you know, this is really a fair weather car anyway. I probably wouldn't bother to hassle with a top, but at any rate, you know, you got your little sport mirror here, and it works good. You can see clearly out of it. Just, you know, just a nice, simple little Cobra. It's great. If I could answer any further questions for you about this little Cobra, don't hesitate to give me a call. Again, my name is Rich Dean, and this is West Coast Collector Cars. My number is 503-851-6763, and thank you for watching.